Shalom. All praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach Kodash. Now, as you can see here, this is a video, right? You can see the channel name at the bottom, and it says confronting the coming civil war of England. And this seems to be the spirit. This man here does videos. I came across this video yesterday. He travels around the UK and basically shows you different towns in the UK. And in this video, he's in a place called Blackburn, which is predominantly a you basically got a lot of Asians in the communities up north, predominantly like that follow the religion of Islam, right? A lot of Pakistanis and stuff in the north of England. Anyway, and you see it's like some towns in the north of England is like, it's like being in mini Persia, man. It's like basically it's got mosques everywhere. It's run by the Islamic community, so to speak. Which Esau has allowed all of that, by the way, because this is the UK is predominantly run by who? Esau. In fact, even America, Babylon the Great, who runs that? Esau. So they allow all these people to come here, and they set up shop here, and it's to cause division. Remember what Albert Pike said? They're gonna in the end times. What are they gonna do? They're gonna make the so-called Muslim world and the Christian world collide. Which, when they say the Christian world, they're talking about like white Christianity. All right, this Western system, basically. That's what they're talking about. Because the so-called white man, even though they say they're Christians, they're not Christians. They don't believe in the Bible. They've hid behind that. So anyway, this guy, he's in this town, and he basically starts talking about the coming civil, because he mentions, even throughout this video, I'm just going to play this little bit of a clip here, but he mentions the Civil War in America, the movie, and that's the spirit of the times, basically. And then he mentions it over here as well. Now, if you remember the movie Children of Men, with Clive Owen, I believe it is, which is a very good movie. It's a dystopian movie. What was happening in that movie? The Islamic side of Great Britain, the tea people, they were doing some tea attacks, man, in the UK, which you have to remember also, those tea groups, they're all set up by the international bankers anyway. They're set up by MI5, CIA. So it's all a big plan, all right, to cause what? The chaos. The chaos. And we're pretty much at the door of chaos around this world, beginning in Esau's system, and the main hubs of Esau's system is about to descend into chaos. So I'm gonna play this here. So lucky I'm talking a lot, and I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna read some scriptures.
So, how come some adherents of the religion called Islam are able to be extremely peaceful, hardworking, get on with it, don't want to do anything except raise their kids in peace just like everyone else? You get Muslims in the British Army. You've even got Muslims in the Israeli Defense Forces that protect their homeland, and they consider themselves Israeli. And the British Muslims in the British Army or in the British Police Force consider themselves very British. It's almost an intractable problem. It may be the case that it's not so much what religion you adhere to, but maybe your social class and your education and your personality type that's more important. However, we'll take the country of France, for example. It has a Muslim population of between 10 to 13%. And in the last 2 decades, France has suffered some of the most horrific terrorist attacks known to man. We used to call it a Bombay-style machine gun massacre. Now it's a Bataclan-style Paris massacre. Now, I did a video, many people asking me, getting angry at me. It's making its way around Islamic YouTube. Look at this clown. Look at this clown spreading hate in Liverpool because I incorrectly assumed that the Sydney stabber was an Islamist, as in different from Islam. Islamist is that you are really into political Islam taking over the world. That's what I think the difference is. You can see my bald patch on the reflection there. I'm going to shave it all off. Look at that. That's convinced me. Is that what I look like from behind? Jesus. Anyway, I don't know if I even care about the revolution anymore. I only care about the big bald patch in the back of my head, making me look like some sort of deranged monk. But why do I think it's going to kick off somewhere like Blackburn? Again, the Muslim population here is very high. We're talking 25 to 40%, maybe more. I doubt everyone filled in the census in 2021 that they do every 10 years. And as the unpopular war advances in Gaza, there is a strain of young, testosterone-fueled, aggressive person who believes that any means, the ends justify the means. If you have to smash stuff, if you have to hurt people, if you have to do crazy stuff, the ends, according to some people, justify the means. I now have a one-man audience. I'm very fetching. Don't mind me, I'm just using the van as a...
That's it. He's talking about basically, basically race riots within the land of the UK, and he's really talking about the world. But you see, this guy, he could be a Jake, that's not the point of the video. But the point is, these Edomites, they know their society is going down. These so-called white-looking folks, they know their system ain't what it once was, and there will be rebellions and uprisings. And he's in that specific town, and it's predominantly those demographics of people that he's talking about. But it's all biblical prophecy, all right? This is all biblical prophecy that's taking place. This is Ecclesiastes 3, and I'll start from the top. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right? So there's a time for everything. Like the scripture says, there's a time for everything under the heaven. All right? And I'm going to read it. I'm going to jump to verse 8. It says, a time to love and a time of hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Yeah, there's a time of love, which we definitely ain't in the time of love now. All right? What time are we in? We're in a time of hate and a time of war. That's the time we're in. See, we filter everything through the scriptures. What did it say? A time of love and a time of hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And that's why the international bankers, this is all, read that Albert Pike's manifesto, man. All right. The last days, what were they going to do? They were going to pit the Islamic world against the Western world. They say Christianity, but we know, like I said earlier, the so-called white man, wherever he rules, they don't follow the Bible. They're not Christians, man. The real Christians, the real anointed people are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You are the Israelites. But the point is, there's going to be a time of love, a time of war, a time of hate, and a time of war. And that's what's happening now. And really, with Esau, it ain't just the religious, the Islamic world that they hate. They hate the people of color, in particular, the so-called Negroes. It's just you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you've been completely destroyed by them. You see? You see, they look at like the Arab world, for example, as more of a threat, basically. But it's all biblical prophecy. The Lord's rousing up these spirits of the weaker nations, all right, to come up against the Edomites. So this is the time we're in, a time of hate and a time of war. And when you look in the UK, the big thing right now is that Islam religion. It's like big here. It's big around the world, but it's big here. And it's got like in particular with the the Asian community and the Arab communities. So they know there's going to be there's going to be things going on. But you have to, like I said earlier, there's going to be battles going on. But like I said earlier, they're set up like these T groups. They're all set up by the so-called white man. All right, like order out of like they bring the chaos so they can bring the order. So all this chaos is orchestrated, man. So a time of love and a time of hate. So we're in a time of hate, a time of war and a time of peace. No, we're in a time of war right now, not in a time of peace. We're definitely in a time of war. And it's all biblical and it's all coinciding with that, the Civil War movie, man. That Civil War movie in America is basically the reality of what's about to take place and what's going to happen here in the UK also. All right. So it says, second, and these Edomites, they love to blame like immigration and foreigners coming into the country, all these lower level crackers. But the funny thing is, who sets all that up? Your elites, your own government sets it up. All right. Okay. So it says 2nd Ezra 15 and 13. It says, I'll read from 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what it says there. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. This planet Earth right now is being ruled in wickedness. All right, people walking around on the earth, everyone's completely bugged the fuck out. If you're not in this truth and believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, the people talking to you, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our people are just gone 2/3. The rest of the nations, the heathens, the so-called white man, everyone just in a bugged out spirit in this world. They're just all demons, man. They're violent, you know. They just got all kind of, you know, the Lord's hedge ain't on the people of this world, man. Woe unto them, destruction unto them, man. All these people are demons, man. All right, outside of this truth, these people are walking maniacs, man. All right, possessed. So it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Meaning what? Destruction's coming to this world, man. Nuclear war's coming. The so-called white man's coming with his military forces. You know, you're gonna have T attacks from, you know, that side of mentality people. So this shit's going down, man. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. That civil war in America, man. Civil war. The civil war in Great Britain. So things are gonna happen, man. And Esau's in the news. I saw the other day. They're saying that, you know, the I people, the that Egyptian name, you know, that T group with the Egyptian name, you know what I'm saying, the I, beginning with I, they're saying that they're basically on the loose in Britain, basically. It was in the news the other day. They're saying they're on the loose in Britain and something is very imminent to happen. So we know there's going to, you know, like we said, the chaos they're going to bring, then they bring the order. All right. That's what these elites are about, man. So we know we're not ignorant to these plans, to these devices. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another people, and swords in their hands. And that's happening now. That's happening now in the place that they call the Middle East, isn't it? The Iranians, which are Elam, they're coming up against the Edomites, which is the Ish people. So it's all taking place, man. One people are standing up to fight against another. Things are getting racial. The Civil War movie showed you that. It's the same thing here. You got the Elamites over here. They're going to lock horns with the Edomites over here. And in the midst of that, you're going to have our people doing their thing also. They're going to be... The Lord's going to use 2/3 to get buck wild also, man. So it says, shall stand up to fight against another people and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And they shall not regard their kings nor their princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what's going to happen. No one ain't going to care what the government says anymore. It's going to be chaos. All right? It's going to be chaos, man. No one ain't going to care what their politicians have to say anymore. All right? Because why? Because Esau's pushed the earth to these Edomite elites. They've pushed everyone to burst now. People are low on money. People are struggling to pay their rent. They're struggling with depression. So they've pushed everyone to the brink of, you know, on the edge pretty much. So it's all going to explode. All right. This system's done that. They created that. It's all created by them elites, man. So it says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, because they're going to be cordoned off. Even here in the UK, man, we always said it when London shut off, because London's within the M25 boundaries. When it's shut off, you ain't going to be able to get out. Even within London, which is quite a big city, they're probably going to blockade areas within this town where you can't maneuver, man. And then you might say, well, what are you guys going to do then? Well, we believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Like we have been doing. And Lord willing, he'll guide us anyway. He's going to guide us. So it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, that's how terrifying, you know, this time that's coming is going to be. It's going to be terrifying, man. Okay, so it says, and a man shall. It says, yeah, and remember it said there because of their pride, man. And you can't tell me the people of this world. I mean, it's getting humbled. It's getting humbled now because, you know, the pressure of the world's getting to people. So people's pride is being humbled. And it says, for because of their pride, all right? All right, the cities shall be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. It's going to get crazy, man. All right, and that's why the Lord, even now, right now, the Lord's humbling the pride of this world, man. It's happening. All right, it's beginning to happen. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and shall spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's getting ready to happen. People ain't going to care about FRNs, man. People going to be spoiling each other for food. All right. Petrol. You know, do you have any gold in the house? Do you have any silver? Do you have any shillings? We want to take that. They're not going to care about paper notes because the economy is going to crash. So people are going to be spoiling one another for what? This is particularly America, but you can relate this to the rest of the world also, the UK also, man. A civil war's looming, all right? See, so it says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. There's going to be a lack of bread. There's going to be a scarcity of, pretty much a scarcity of goods, pretty much. So people are going to be raiding each other, man. All right. So this is Isaiah, and we've been saying this for years, and it's going to happen. We're on the brink of it. Isaiah 13 and 14, it says, and it shall be as a chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land, all right? And meaning when the shit hits the fan, people turn to their own race, all right? That's when you're going to see. So even our people, all you bugged out Negroes and Latinos that love everyone, you love so-called white people, you love every nation when they hate your guts, you're going to find out in that day when shit hits the fan, how racial people get. See, the facade of this society is crumbling. The facade meaning, you know, that smiling in people's faces and going to these jobs and black and white peoples all together, Asian people, all this bullshit, but no one likes each other. That facade's about to crash, man. And you're gonna be forced to either turn to your people or you're gonna be put to death, man. This is the times we're in. And it shall be as a chased roe and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yeah, joined unto who? Meaning if our people are joined unto so-called white people, you're going to be thrust through. You're going to die, man, for joining unto your enemies. And vice versa. If you know, when Esau does his raids, if he sees his people joined unto other nations, everyone's going to be put to death, man. Everyone's going to be with who they belong to, man. All right? That separation. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravaged. All right, yeah. So that you know, that grape's gonna happen, because people are gonna lose it. And remember, these are people that are not. They ain't gonna be. When all this chaos breaks through, we know Esau. Their main thing is they're gonna come after the men of the Lord. All right, the believers in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. They're going to come after the believers in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we know that's what they're getting ready to do. But what we're going to do, we're just going to trust in the Lord, man. With Lord willing, we're going to believe in him until the end. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So it says, because we know all hell is going to break loose on this earth, all right? So it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Meaning there's going to be brothers that are going to receive spiritual power, man. All right? In that day. And guess what? If the Lord has it where Esau does take you, he's going to put the Spirit on you to withstand whatever they do to you anyway, man. All right? And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. That's who? The hopeful elect and their families, man. See, the majority of our people that have neglected this truth, they're going to die, man. When this shit hits the fan, you know, and all this devastation comes, the 2/3 of our people are going to be messed up. They are going to be messed up, man. All right? They ain't going to have an idea of what to do, man. All right? So it says, and it says, yeah, because why? They didn't trust in the Lord, man. All right? It says, as for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of the seed, of thy seed, of the seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. Yeah, so basically the elect, you know, the point I wanted to really get at that is the brothers that believe, man, we're going to have the standard of the Lord defend us in that day, man. That's our faith. We don't trust in, you know, escaping Esau's hell out of this system and trying to get away from the country or wherever it is, man. When all hell breaks loose, we're just going to have to believe in the Lord. What does the scripture says? Believing unto the Lord unto death. So these are the times we're in. Civil war is looming, all right? All right? So you know with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Hasham Rakha Quadash. Shalom. Shalom.